Okay, so good evening once again. So this is part 2 of my lecture on the nature of inquiry and research. So I will now share my screen again. So let's now proceed to the different variables na po. No? So we did mention earlier what is independent and dependent variable. So let's now proceed to discrete, continuous variable, control variable, intervening variables, and extraneous variables. Okay, let's now proceed first with discrete variable. So discrete variables assume a distinct point on a scale. An example of this one is how many children does a Filipino mother in age of 20 or 24 usually produces. So di man ta makaingon nga 5.5 children in that age or ato ibutang or in a year they would produce at least 1.5 children. No, so distinct point on a scale. So mato ang example, no, or for example, how many puppies does a dog produce in a year? So muta ta 5 puppies, so whole number di siya class, no, wala discrete variable. Ang continuous on the other hand is unlike discrete nga, it has to be a whole number. See, continuous variable class can assume a continuous scale rather than distinct points on a scale. So for example, how many seconds does it take for a swimmer to reach from this part of the pool to the end of the pool? So for ito ibutang very unrealistic of 30 point or 30.5 seconds or mga or 12 minutes or klase po kayo 3 minutes and 5 seconds ano yung mga point should know, or for example let's say not only weather, temperature mana siya, no, temperature, age could also be, no, na may uban nga moingon ta nga 15 look edad, pero sometimes atong card na 15.5. So kaya na mga point like 16.5 or 2.6 o mga yan. That is an example of continuous variable. So temperature, no, or time, no, number of seconds, number of minutes. So dili na siya whole number. So ang kanang sa discrete variable class usually kana na lang mga mag-census ka, no, nya pila ka buok bata or pila ka buok puppies, no, pila ka buok people na ning attend o mga yung anak. So whole number. Control variable are the variables that is held constant. So for example, you have the you are i-control nimo ang unsa nga klase nga soil, unsa nga klase nga plant, no, unsa nga klase nga environment mo i-expose, no, ang imong katong plants kay imong studyhan. So for example, i-control nimo nga dapat kaladyong plants ra jud tanan ang imong i-expose ani nga experiment, or dapat mga sansevieria plants ra jud. So si plant A, B, and C nga imong expose sa different kinds of lights, although ma-expose sila sa different kinds of lights, but they're of the same plant. Para i-control dyan mo siya nga parehas sila tanan, o the soil that they are using are the same, the type of water the same ra japon, walay fertilizers lang, no. So mga ingana, no, nga i-control nimo ang let's say independent variable or some variables para constant sila tanan, para na uniformity, para accurate jud siya. Kay for example, you are using different kinds of plants. Yung ata kabalong kani nga plant is lahi ang iyahang ang growth niya, no, lahi ang time sa pag-grow niya, or kani nga plant dili siya mabuhi ani nga kind of light, no, yalin sila nga kind of plant, so dili pud siya maayo, no. Dapat kung mo-study ka og mga changes sa i-expose nimo ang usa ka plant or usa ka animal sa different kinds of environment or different kinds of lights or different kinds of food, dapat parehas sila. If you're going to expose a hamster, dapat parehas sila og weight, no, weight og parehas pud sila og age. So for example, kani nga hamster 8 months ni silang duha, no, white ang ilahang fur, and then they are of the same weight, no, ug kada kuon og size. Wala na ra. no, kay para patas po, no, pero ang effect jud dili jud ana ka kanang ma-affected po, no, tungod kay dili magkaparehas imong dependent variables. So muna siya ang control variables, no, i-constant ra nimo siya all throughout. Intervening variables, on the other hand, are known as mediating or moderator variables. So, sila ang mo-bridge sa gap between independent and dependent variable. I'll give you an example. So, for example, no, sometimes they will associate nga, if you are poor, you have shorter lifespan daw ko, no. But it doesn't prove nga because you are poor, you are mostly or likely to die earlier. No, dili siya na. The mediator or underlying factors nga no, some poor people will die early because of course lack of access to healthcare, no, because poor man sila, no, kulang ang ilahang money, no, to have access to proper healthcare. That could be an example. Or poor nutrition, no, kay wala man sila kwarta to buy nutritious foods, no, kay yun sila ka-afford, no, mga vitamins and all. So those are intervening variables. Ang kanang probably poor nutrition could be the cause, no, or probably it's because lack of access to proper healthcare, no, kay wala sila means, no, to afford proper healthcare. So those are intervening variables, class. So again, no, si independent and dependent variables dira kay being poor means that you will die early or lifespan mo is short, but ang intervening variable ana is katong duha, no, katong gi-mention earlier, katong either tungod tungod poor nutrition or again wala siya access to proper healthcare. So kung siya ibalik na para mas klaro siya. So extraneous variables, on the other hand, are variables that if not controlled can affect the dependent variable or the outcomes of the study. Pinaka-common jud nga extraneous variables na dili mo siya ma-control is ang weather. For example, no, ang imong study dapat is in a sunny environment. Tapos gasigirag ulan, no, during the duration of your study. And you cannot control weather, no, di mo kaingon nga, oy, ulan hunong, di mo kakaing ana, di ba? So that itself, that extraneous variable, di mo siya ma-control, then it can really affect the outcome of the dependent variable. So kuha ra. Anyway, if you still have concerns na pwede man ito ipangutanan sa ako no, after watching this video. Okay, let's now proceed to the levels of measurements. What are levels of measurement, class? These are levels of measurement, no, when it comes to measuring variables. So how do we measure variables? No, lilag klase. Okay, nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, ratio scale. No? Activity na siya. Almost done. Okay, so first level of measurement is nominal scale. So ang i-measure niya are variables like gender, religion, or favorite movie genre are examples of nominal variables or nominal scale. This denotes a qualitative attribute of the variables. So imo siyang i-sort, no, according to genre, according to religion, according to gender. So atong ibutang katong ganahan og horror movies, or for example, no, kinds of vehicles, no, kani siya Audi, kani siya is Porsche, o mga ana, no, kinds of vehicles, i-sort out mo sa according to groups. The next, ordinal scale, refers to order or rank of a measurement. So usually, class, no, kani sila, so pause, share lang sa ko for a while. Okay, so let's resume. So I would like to apologize again for the interruption. No, I need to correct my slide. I need to correct my slide at the last minute. At the same time, very unstable akong internet, so I had also to fix it. So let's proceed. So again, nominal scale is usually imuha siyang i-sort out according to different groups like genre, or according to types of car, according to their religion, like according to religion, Catholics, Muslims, no, or Buddhists, o mga ana. our favorite movie genre, like for example, horror or romance. Grupo na mo sila, kinsa ato ang ginahan o yung ani nga genre. No? So, mga nominal scale. So, i-group naman sila according to category. Si ordinal scale, it refers to order or rank of a measurement. So, for example, mag-provide kag list. Yeah. Imo silang i-rank according to oldest and youngest sa ages. So, katong pinakatigulang dito, imong ibutang sa pinakababaw sa lista. Yung pinakabata na dito sa ubos. Or, for example, when it comes to ratings, no? Katong pinakadako nga rating, ibutang nimo sa top sa imong list. Ang pinakanubo rating sa salida abi or dito sa pinakaubos nga list. Or, even rank, no? Kinsa man tong naa sa highest rank, ibutang nimo sa babaw. Ang pinaka-lowest rank dito sa ubos. So, yung ana. Okay? So, ang interval scale, on the other hand, so to account for the differences between each value in a scale. So, for example, a perfect example of interval scales are, dili siya mag-start through 0, from 0 to 10. No. For example, the temperature in the room at that time was between 25 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. So, may nga na abi. Or, her usual study habit starts from 3 p.m. Between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So, in between. No, wala siya nag-start of 0 to 5 p.m. No? Wala. So, interval siya in between. So, maybe somewhere between 3 to 5, no? 3 to 5 p.m. Study na siya. So, muna interval scales. The ratio scale class is different sa interval scale nga in between, no? There is no specific jud nga amount or value. Si ratio scale is mag-start sa true zero scale. So, for example, you would like to know how many years he is in the service. So, mag-start siya count from first year jud niya sa service down to the recent year. So, kung mag-start ko og 2017, maihap ko until 2020, pila naman na siya. So, mabot girl siya og 4 years na, no? O manog 4 years na sa service. O may ana. No? Or how many years old na siya. So, mag-start ko kag-count sa itong day nga na-born din siya until karon nga current year, which is after 23 years, also 23 na siya. No, mag-start siya sa 0 jud, no? Mag-start siya sa true zero scale until up to the current baron nga status niya or unsa ba. No, so mo na ang ratio scale class. Okay? Now, these are just activities, no? After this lecture, no, I will be uploading these questions in Google Classroom. So, when is the deadline? The deadline will be on September 11. So, not only that you will answer lang no your modules or printed modules, but this is just an exercise no para mas masabtan jud nato no independent variables. I think this is already included in your module. We will just check. Okay, so we will try to check if it's already in your module. If it is, then no need for me to let you answer the activity or exercise. So what is fun in your module actually class no is also part of my what is fun in your module is also part of my lecture or my slides no. So dili na po na ko para sabtan na po nato. Okay, post assessment. I think it's already here naman po. So anyway, I will still upload it. No, I haven't checked mo guna my fault na because of course nagkagi ko na check ng mga files nalimot ko og review sa module. Kaya daghan ko siya activities no. So anyway, I will just upload this activity kaning A, B, C, and D, and then identify which is the dependent and independent variable. So if you still have problems, understanding what is independent and dependent, you may do a replay of my um, online or pre-recorded video. Okay? So, identify lang aning situations which is the independent and independent variable. Okay, so once again, this pre-recorded video will be accessible through YouTube and Google Classroom. So, two parts na siya, class. So, once you have seen part 1, please don't forget to watch this, which is part 2. Again, thank you so much. If you have any clarifications with regards to the nature and inquiry of research, you can do a review on your module. Again, a soft copy was provided in Google Classroom, and you can also rewatch this pre-recorded video. You can also ask me personally through Messenger. So thank you so much, ABM, STEM, UMS, and TBL students for listening. I do hope everyone will watch this video. So this ends my pre-recorded video. Thank you so much and goodbye.